Hey everybody, welcome back to the Y-Wing build. I don't know what part this is because I'm rubbish like that, and yeah, let's paint some figures, shall we? Right, so we're bringing this little fella back in, this little fella here. Just off camera as well, I've painted, or done the base coat at least on the sit down fella. I've not done the episode 6 figure just yet. I'll figure that out as well as I'm going. So I've not had a proper look at that one yet. So, ooh, don't drop your paint everywhere. Let's get that really tiny brush back in. Get the pipe back in. We'll grab the red and the orange. Now if we are going to lighten this orange, try not to use white if you can. Try and use yellow. White would be the obvious choice for lightening things, but it actually pastelises the colour. It's quite bizarre. So an orange will end up being a pastel orange. So if you can, try and lighten it with yellow. And if I get my bright yellow, add the chicks well. You know, this sore throat I've had all year, it's been dogging me. It keeps going, coming back, coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. I'll tell you what, it's bothersome, really is bothersome. Right. Just think you're getting over it and then it comes back again. There's a few of us in work with it as well. And funnily enough, we're all ex-smokers. Should I be worried by that? Alright, so we'll just add the tiniest bit of red first off into this orange, just to darken the orange a little bit. Bit more, bit more, bit more. It's not dark enough. Bit more. Bit more, that'll do. So it's just darkened that orange a tiny little bit. It's not much. Basically what we're going to do now is we're going to pick out some of the raised parts. Now at first, let's clear that background a little bit. At first it'll look like you're not doing anything, but just layer it over. You know, it's literally just touching the brush to the raised parts. We're not looking to base coat everything like we've just done with the red. Just pick out the lumps. The tops of creases and things like that. And don't forget, if you find an awkward place that you can't quite get to and you can't quite get your hand round, there's nothing stopping you turning the fella upside down. Just to help yourself out. That's possibly a little bit too much. Now, with the paint itself, when we load the brush up, that big blob on the end of the bristles might be a little bit too much, so just pull and twist the brush to a point, and that'll knock, as you can see, a hell of a lot of the paint off. But it should leave enough on the bristles to catch what we need to do. So again, we're just going to catch all the raised parts. Now this is close enough to the red, like I say, at the moment it won't look like you're doing anything to it. Stay shot, Tony. But eventually we do enough of these layers, the colours will jump out, smack in the face and say, hello, here we are. And things like that. So, don't worry too much just yet about the vest and the straps. They're final details. All we're after right now is all the block colour. Like so. So, now we've done that, we'll go straight in for the plain orange itself. We do the same again, we hit all the lumps and bumps that we just covered, but this time we won't add as much paint, so we're literally adding just little streaks here and there. Oh, my dad's being very windy downstairs. Very gassy. So it's pumping out, no, pecking up the lumpy bits. Like so. And again, at the moment it doesn't look like it's doing anything, but once it starts drying, it'll catch the eye properly. Probably see that just on the legs there. Now this time, while I've still got this orange here, I was going to take a generous daub of the yellow, just to lighten it again. Now obviously orange is a secondary colour of the primary red, primary yellow. So if we lighten it with yellow, you know, we're adding one of its base components, which is a more natural way of lightening things than it would be if we added white. And I'll show you the difference in a moment. This time we're just going to pick out the extreme highlights. Now that bit there, I've just added too much paint, so just the back of my finger, I'm going to wipe the brush completely clean, and we're going to wick away that excess there, like so. So it's not a huge problem. Don't start panicking, don't start scrubbing away at it straight away. Take the paint off your brush and then wick it away. It's fine, it's not a huge problem. There we go, a few lumps and bumps, like so. So that beastly red is now becoming orange. We like that. So we now have tonal variation of an orange instead of just a flat orange. We're not using any wash on this at all to darken anything down. That final layer, as you can see, it literally just dabs with the brush rather than strokes. Just add some on the inside there, just to lighten that up a little bit. There we go. One figure. So we need to let that dry completely now, just to, it's a good idea, put him on his back. Where's my standing up thing? There's my standing up thing. So we'll leave him to dry completely before we start doing the final details. Now, if we take the orange, like so, and if we take a white, we'll screw the really glued on lid. So we had the white just off to the side there. Now what will happen is, if I just reactivate that light orange there with the yellow, we should be able to see we've got the mid-tone orange as it started off as, with the red added and with the yellow added. So we've used the two components of orange to lighten and darken it. Now if I just wipe my brush off to the side here, just to dry it off completely. I'm not cleaning it or anything like that, it's literally just wiping it on a piece of kitchen roll. Now if we take that same orange, like so, let's mix it around a little bit, take a little bit of white, we start adding white to the orange, we now pastelise it. So it's more of a pastel colour than a light colour. It doesn't look as natural as it should do. And obviously the more white we add, the more of a pastel it becomes. So if you can, if you're using a secondary colour, I'll try and add some kind of colour wheel at some point. I've lost my colour wheel. Oh no I haven't, it's behind my monitor. Right, so I can't show you that right at the moment. I'll overlay it on the top. You get your primary colours of red, yellow, blue. Your secondary colours are a mixture of one of the three, or two of the three, beg your pardon. So red and yellow make orange, so that orange is a secondary colour. Obviously blue and yellow make green, so that's a secondary colour of those two. And then red and blue make purple. So if you go into light and purple, try and use the blue if you can, and just pick it up and then add white to it to pastelise it. Purple's a bit of a weird colour because you've got two extremes of the spectrum. But the same with green. If you add yellow to green, you'll make it lighter all the time. And as we just seen with the orange, if we add yellow to it, it gets lighter and lighter, and it's a more natural orange than if we add white to it. So hopefully that will help a little bit. If I completely confused you, I do apologise. I confuse myself sometimes. You want to try being me, it's great. I just managed to explain all that with ADHD. Right then, so for his vest, I'm going to use white grey rather than a true white. If I use a true white, I can't lighten it from there. You can't get more extreme than white. White doesn't exist in reality anyway. White is a man-made thing. Don't get me started on that one. Alright, I will. If you look at a polar bear who looks white, he's actually a really light brown. If you look at my Labrador, she's supposed to be black. She's actually a very dark blue. White and black don't exist in nature. It's just really dark shades or light shades of a colour. Have a really close look at daisy petals. They're supposed to be white. They're actually a very light red. Alright, so that white grey looks almost white to the eye straight away. It's brilliant. I love this colour. Let's say if you use a white straight away, you can't highlight white. So always use white as your extreme highlight if you are using light colours. Same with black. If you're painting black, find the darkest grey you can find, because you can't shadow black. If you use a really dark grey, you can use black itself as a shadow. So let's pick those up there. Where's my photo? Here's my photo. Hello photo. No, stop it. So again, just pulling and twisting off camera. Pulling and twisting the bristles to a point. I love this brush. It's ridiculously thin, ridiculously small. And you can get into the finest little details. It's brilliant. Okay, so that's that. There's the corner there. Now, does that extend all the way down there? No, it doesn't. Goody. Okay, so just catch the helmet as well at the same time. Yeah, just taking our time. There's absolutely no rush. Enjoy this process. I don't know if you've also noticed, I'm actually bracing my fingers around the piece itself just to steady my hand a little bit. Because if like me you drink a lot of coffee, you'll have a natural tremor. Which when you're painting this small, does become very exciting very quickly. There's a couple of times the Rossi builder was doing recently for the E-Models channel. There's a couple of times I've actually had to, during the figure painting stage itself, I was doing this, I had to stop. Quite funny that was. So I'll let you know the secret. The face painting stage that I did on the figure. Yeah. I very nearly made a complete mess of that because I had shaky hands. Don't tell Gavin. Gavin's watching. It's our secret, that one. Don't tell him. Now ready. So that's just about there now. What I'm going to do is this little strap here comes all the way down. It's not supposed to be white, but I'm actually going to lighten it like this as a base coat. Ready for the next layer of paint. Just on that front edge, like so. And the rest of it, we'll use that as an optical illusion. Just trim that piece in there. So when we come along with the actual, it's like a funny off brown colour, going off my reference photo. So it's kind of like the webbing for a parachute type thing. So it's just going to lighten it up from the front side. And then we'll use the darker grey of the primer as kind of like a pre-shade, but it's not, if that makes any sense. Oh, it doesn't, because it's me. Nothing makes sense when I talk. So again, we're going to pop him that and dry for a while. Yeah. Let's touch that little bit of red in there. That didn't quite look as standing out once I was looking at it a moment ago. So just touch that piece in there, and that one there. And so, alright, so leave him to dry. So again, just off camera, I've just painted on the helmet and vest of the sat down pilot in the orange outfit. I've not painted him orange though, that's the only thing. And I started working on the helmet without you. I just basically coated it white. But I'm going to have some fun now. As you can see, I've got blue. I've still got the white grey on the palette somewhere. Doesn't look like I have on screen. I'm literally going to take the tiniest little drop of blue, like so. I'm going to have some fun here now. I'm going to have a blue-faced alien, because why not? It's literally the tiniest little face anyway. Just clear that background again. Let's give the camera a chance to focus on what we're doing. You want to focus? No? Alright, let's try the others. It's other way then. How's that? Alright. See what that looks like. Stop shaking. There you go. A little bit too light. I was going to play with the palette again up top. That's more like it. Blue-faced alien. That kind of works. Yeah, why not? top figure, we've got all these lovely little grooves. The camera will focus on the vest. So I'm just going to try and catch a couple of those, like so. So it's literally just touching the lines in, like that, just to give it a little bit. I'll try that again. A little bit of depth where there isn't any. Just the illusion of it. And you'll see that better on the back here. So we're literally going to run over the lines, like so. Now at the moment, like I say, it will look dark. That's not a problem. Once that's dried, we can just rub that back slightly, which will reveal the raised detail. And while we're here, I'm going to add a couple of shadow lines. Just there. And a couple in here. On the bum. At this point I can't remember if I've mentioned that this has been gloss varnished. I probably have failed to mention that. Because it's me, I forget things. So I'm just going to add some to that boot detail there, and then some just under here where that pocket is. What else is there? Yeah, them flying pockets there. That could do with some. And again, it's zipping off our way all around the little lines that we have. I think so. So once that's dry, we'll give that the same 20 minutes that we've given it for the cockpit. We just have a quick scrub of that. The best part of this camera setup is because I've got that zoom function on the camera. I can actually see in better detail than I can with my actual eyes using a magnifying glass. That's kind of cool. Right, so that's probably everything I can do. And then taking some of the original orange colour, just going to add a couple extra highlights on these raised edges. And all the high spots and things like that. So slowly building that colour up. It's one of those things again, Rome wasn't built in a day. Just don't expect to get it all done in one coat. Just build it up. Here we go. So the lighting's actually quite bad in here. In real life that's getting more and more towards that orange that we're after. And that orange that we're all familiar with. A tiny bit more just here. Focus. So we're slowly getting there. Oh, right. Just trying to get the glasses on again. Focus, 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 focus. I can't tell if that's focused or not. So I'm just going to get a little crocodile clip to get onto his foot. What we're going to do now is we're going to add, if I can even see it. Oh, focus. Focus. There we go. Yeah, there's a couple there. So I'm going to use that funny greeny brown colour again, just to add the parachute belting. I'm just going to bump that up there a little bit, give me some room, so I can get my hands in underneath. Again, we don't need absolutely huge amounts on the palette, it's literally just here. So using that tiny little cycle brush, because this fella's a little bit more awkward now with him being sat down. Focus, 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 focus. Alright, so there's a little T-shape just here. Comes around the back. Like so. And this is where you regret having that third coffee this morning, because the hand starts wobbling. Focus. Thank you. And I've got a little leg strap just there. It comes around the front. Like so. And we don't have to be too precise at this part, because he's sat down. These legs are going to be hidden by the dashboard. Just catch that bit there. Like so. I can't tell if that's pocket or strap, just here. Let's snuggle up to the glove a little bit. And focus. Focus, 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 thank you. So in there slowly, just catch that bottom edge there. Yep. So I'm actually going to turn him upside down for that part. So I've got a little bit more fine control. This is quite tricky. There we go. Just like that. Like so. Focus. Thank you. So let's do a little bit more greebly detail on that chest. Give that brush a quick wipe. I'm going to swap out to a slightly larger brush now. So we're going back with that detail brush. Let's pop you over there, drop you there, detail brush. I'm going to choose a slightly darker grey. No, not that one. Let's try this light grey, see what that's like. Possibly all wrong, but eh. Yeah, that's all wrong. So I'm just going to take some of the grey white from the cockpit. Draw some of that down. Bring the palette back in. So I've got the light grey and the grey white. So I'm just going to have a quick play here now. See what we can create. Teeniest little splot. Again, we don't need a huge amount. Let's try that. Let's give that a go, see what that's like. So we're going to come on to the back first. Focus, 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 focus. There we go. It's just got some strapping around here. So again, it's just something to distract your eye away from what's going on. even though you'll never see this part, it's good to practice. We'll come around the front. Focus. And we're just literally, we're not going to colour the whole thing, it's literally going to take little parts of it. Just concentrating then, I forgot to speak. There we go. So it's just to give the illusion that there's another layer in there. Let's just darken that a tiny little bit, because it's quite close to that original colour. Just going to pop him upside down, focus. The man squares at the back. I'm just going to add a little stipple motion to the main part. Come around the back. Those stipples. That's better. Once that's dried, it'll get a little bit easier to see, hopefully. So I'm pretty much happy with where that is now. We'll gloss varnish that and then do one of those little washes over the top, because he's got some good detail on the back there. Got some good wrinkles that'll take a wash. Ooh, tell you what, I just spotted there's another tiny belt right there. You won't be able to really see that on camera, but it is there. So let that dry, gloss varnish, and then wash. Alright, so gloss varnish that. I realised that this this little thing at the back here, let's see if we can zoom in, definitely helps when you make the noises. That webbing there at the back is actually from the vest, it's not from his parachute thing. So I don't know if you can make that out, that is actually a slightly different shade of grey from the suit that we've used. The shade that we used for the suit. Oh, I varnished him to the clip. So, rather than use Starship Filth now for the gunk wash, because it's a really light grey, I don't want it to darken it too much, like we've done with the washes so far. I'm going to use a blue-ish type thing. Let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to go with the Gundam Blue from the MiG 502 Abteilung set. I feel all cold all of a sudden, it's just like wallop, there you go. That's some blocked sinuses. So like that. And there's a creaking going on in my sinuses, and it's horribly bizarre. It really is. So I do apologise if I'm all like that and you can't understand anything I'm saying more than as usual. That blue might be a bit too light. Ooh, what are you? So look at that one. Cream brown for German yellow. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, do you know what? I like that one as well. Right, tell you what, let's go with that. Forget the blue. Ignore that. I was talking out of my bottom. See what that looks like. Because why not? Fluffy little trees and happy little clouds and all that kind of stuff. I have a feeling I should be putting a glove on. So I'm just going to take most of that back off onto that kitchen roll there. And then, whoop, wrong way. Oh, you'd think I'd have this camera figured out by now. Right, focus. Focus, there we go. Let's see what that does. You know, there's people screaming. It's all kinds of wrong at the TV right now. The little fella in the back of my head just started doing the same thing. It needs to be darker. I'll be very, very honest. I'm becoming bored of using Starship Filth. I nearly said German Grey then. I know. I'm becoming bored of using Starship Filth all the time. Let's mix it up. There's more to life than Starship Filth, people. Yeah, it's alright. I'll leave in a minute. I'll go get my coat and go home. Right, so exactly the same technique as a gunk wash with the Starship Filth. We just wok it on. Yeah, wok's a great word. And then wipe off with an old t-shirt. None of that was in shot, was it?
Let's go back out. Oh, let's go back out. Right, so it's not quite done the panel lining work that I was hoping for, as you would expect with Starship Filth. Did I tell you that I've gloss varnished that? I genuinely can't remember if I told you or not. Let's choose something slightly darker. Something slightly darker. Nope, 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 nope. What's that? Nope. Dark rust. Dark rust. I know. Why not? It is Wednesday after all. Let's see what this does. Oh, no, wrong one. I can just get some on the brush and then walk it away onto the. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I know. He looks like he shit himself. I do like that. Right, let's cover that up. Something different. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He looks like he shit himself. Yeah, I know. And there's absolutely nothing written down anywhere that says you must use Starship Filth. I'm after something a little bit more subtle than that, and hopefully that's just done it for me. Oh, that's better. I like that. I do like that, especially around the focus, 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 focus. Never mind the grid. Yeah, I actually prefer that. That's a lot more subtle than the in-your-face of Starship Filth can be, which is less in-your-face as, you know, just a normal black. Yeah, I'm going with that. I like that. Right, so 4 days drying, at least, and things like that. And then, oh, what else can we work on now? Right, we'll work on something else which you'll see later on in the build series, because that's how this kind of thing works. I'm trying to keep everything together in one go, so we deal with all the figures at the same time, and we deal with the cockpit all at the same time, then we deal with the fuselage as one big lump. So not back to forth, so I'm working on a figure, then working on the cockpit, then the fuselage, back to the figure, back to the cockpit, back to the figure. It gets a bit jumpy now, and it gets a bit confusing when you're editing as well. I'm not that good. As good as I am with the editing, I'm not that good that I can keep track of where I am. I tried that with one of the earlier builds that I used to do in the vlogs that I used to make for my mate in Phoenix. I used to get confused. And I send in the same clip 3 times. So, right, that's that. You don't need to see me cleaning brushes. So, yeah. Right, so it's been a couple of hours since I filmed that last clip where I added the odd looking gunk wash to this fella. Let's zoom in. Let me zoom in. So, this fella's got half a day head start on this one for drying time. Yeah, I'm still not convinced with that. I might change this. Not too sure. We'll see how it goes. Because I'm not actually planning on using that figure anyway. It's just a quick idea of, you know, what you can do. Things like that. So, there we go. If I do have a flying X-Wing, I'll be sticking... X-Wing? That's a Y-Wing. Hello. If I do have a flying one... There we go. Wrong way. You'd think I'd be used to that by now. If we have a flying one, I'll be using this pilot. Then if I do the standing up one, I'll be having the cockpit open. The cockpit open. Just bring the cockpit in. The cockpit will be open. Like so. And then we'll have the canopies on, and then this open canopy as well. So I've got the 2 canopies on the go, so I can chop and change it as I see fit. Yeah, how well. So, join me next episode and I'll talk you through how I did this gorgeous little thing, which is coming along. Still waiting for Starship Filth to dry on that one properly as well. Still got loads more weathering to do on it as well, so you know, we'll see the opening stages of that. So join me next time. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for being a part of this awesome journey that I'm on at the moment. Without you guys, I couldn't do this, and I love you from the bottom of my heart, every single bloody one of you. There's a Billy Bumhead, I'm sure it was, that I had to say hello to, and I keep forgetting to. Hopefully that covered it. I don't know. I can't remember all of you. There's that many people stopping by now saying hello. I get confused with you all. It's great. I get confused at the best of times. Right, I'm going, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.